Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. We got crushed in the first game of this Paladin run by a warrior who honestly I think was destined to beat us no matter what we drafted. And then in the second game we walloped a priest, so really hard to say how good this deck is. I think it seems like a fine deck. We just ran up against an ultimate deck with an ultimate draw in the first game. This video might be in this game might be in three parts, this run. Wow, takes me 3 times to find the right word. This arena run might have to be in 3 parts because I'm teaching a class in an hour, so if I can't finish this run in 1 hour, which would be a bit short on the run end of things, then we'll have to do it in the third part. Victorian SKG. Alright, we start with a Wisp. Do you play that? I don't think you actually play this Wisp. Keep ending up with Wisps. That could have been a Stormwind champion. I don't know. Maybe I should have just taken Stormwind champion, but I felt like my curve couldn't support another Stormwind champion. So I took the Wisp because I've got a Sea Giant in here, and that's, the Wisp helps those. Alright, I'll put a Light's Justice out. I don't think the risk of an Ooze is that high, although I have seen my share of Oozes, of course. The problem against a Shaman is that only the 1/1 totem dies to that weapon. Most totems just survive. He's actually got the Ooze. That is frickin' ridiculous. Oh, man. That's obnoxious. I don't want the Knife Juggler to die, so I'm just going to send the Young Priestess out to try to trade against this Ooze. At least he used his coin, but he has a card up because he just destroyed the weapon with that Ooze for nothing. Man, why does everyone play with Oozes? That's so sad. He's got the Stormforged Axe to help kill the Young Priestess. Oh, my God. This is just another one of those games. This is just another one of those games. There's nothing I could have done there. I mean, I could have, not drafted the Light's Justice, I guess, but God. Alright, so the Ooze hopefully trades against the Bear, although knowing my luck, he'll now have a Lightning Bolt for the Bear. Rockbiter weapon wouldn't be so good. It would waste a charge of the Axe. Okay, indeed, he's going to use the Ooze to trade the Bear. Play Pyromancer, which is annoying because it kills the Knife Juggler, as does the Axe. I don't even know why I care about that. Ah, True Silver Champion. That's it's a good draw, so while I bide my time, I can kill off his minion. He's already used the Ooze for the Light's Justice, so why would he have 2 Oozes, right? There's no way that would happen. He has 5 cards in a weapon. I'm going to have 4 cards in a weapon, so I'm a bit behind, but the Spiteful Smith could be good. This is a good minion for him to drop, because if I kill it with my weapon, I'm not really coming out ahead. It drew a card when it came into play. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to hit it with my weapon. I'm going to try to kill it with the Spiteful Smith. And I'm going to save the weapon for more dangerous minions. They are bend to my command. I don't know what the Spiteful Smith says. They are bend to my command? What does that even mean? I really feel like I should have asked this a long time ago. It's been bugging me since pretty much the first time I ever heard this voice acting. Right, so the question is, does he have a Hex? That's really what he wants, is a Hex. That's really the only way a Shaman can effectively kill this. He does not have a Hex. Great, so I get to use the True Silver Champion to kill the much more dangerous Silverhand Knight. And note here that you really want to kill the Gnomish Inventor with the Spiteful Smith, not the Squire, because the Gnomish Inventor has extra health. So might as well, right? Boink. Now, what do we do about this? Well, the problem is that the weapon plus the Squire will kill this Spiteful Smith. So I could either buff it with the Argus, or buff something else with the Argus. Let's actually go ahead and buff it with the Defender of Argus. I'm going to do Crazed Alchemist, which is just a 2/2 for 2 here, unfortunately. Let's buff them both up. So they both survive against this Axe, and they both survive against the Squire. And the Spiteful Smith, importantly, survives against both of them. So that's making it a little bit more difficult for my opponent to take care of business. Oh, he's got a Fire Elemental. That's unfortunate. Well, or a Rockbiter weapon, I guess, is what he has. I see. So those Fire Elemental with how eagerly he pointed it, but it looks like now that he's pointing at his own stuff. Yeah, it's a Rockbiter weapon, so he's going to 2-for-1 himself, although the Squire came for free, so I'm not actually ahead of card here, you'll notice. I'm going to have 5 cards. He still has 5 cards in a weapon. Stormpike Commando gives him some more card advantage, unfortunately, because it helps him kill off my Crazed Alchemist using this weapon. Wisp. Oh, man. Well, it's possible that Knife Juggler and then Golem Recruit Wisp will actually kill that. Yeah, let's go for it. Gotta go for it. 2 of these 3 need to hit the Stormpike. There's 1. And alright, let's take the coin flip with the Wisp. No! Ah, it's frustrating. Well, we earned it to kill it with the Defender of Argus there. That sucks. This is the second time, actually, that a Wisp has failed to trigger a Knife Juggler to hit the right target. So now he gets to kill the Knife Juggler with his axe. But the good news is that then, you know, he's down to 16 health, so I might be able to burn him out. The problem is he has card advantage, and my board is not that impressive. Is that a Fire Elemental? Fire Elemental to kill this would be a real problem. Real problem, I say. Sunwalker, okay, also a problem. It's going to cost me all of my minions to kill that thing. Once I get some help from my deck, which I didn't. Okay, this is just a solid 3 for 1. Oh my god. This is weird. The deck, I think, is performing fine. I just feel like I'm running up against insanely strong draws. The Warrior and the Shaman both had a weapon on turn 2, and I just can't handle it. Also, the Shaman had an ooze to kill my weapon. I mean, there's just stuff that'll make you lose no matter what you do. Well, he's got a War Golem. That's great. I don't have any answers to that except for Peacekeeper. So if I don't get Peacekeeper, I'm just boned. Loot Order. It's not going to do it. Well, we need to kill this. Put some damage on his face. You know, I never saw any Consecrations in this draft. Wouldn't have helped me in any of the games, but it's something that's worth noting. Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. Frickin' Stormforged Axe, and of course he's a Fire Elemental. Just to round things out. Of course he's going to get a Taunt Totem, I bet. No, spell damage, thankfully. He will trade the Infiltrator for the Loot Hoarder. That's some card advantage for me, finally. But it's just like too little too late. Ah, there's a Peacekeeper, but now he's got 2 big minions. And he's actually going to hit me in the face. Alright, well, let's do this thing. Let's neutralize both of his minions. And keep hitting him in the face. So now my board is technically bigger than his. Oh, that's not good. Ah, he has the Hex. Bummer. I like the new coin animation. That's kind of nifty. But the fact that he's drawing cards is a real serious issue. So I just can't burn him out in time. I mean, I can hit him for 3 next turn if he doesn't get a Taunt Totem. Oh, he's actually going to kill my Peacekeeper. Ass. Hammer of Wrath. Where does this go? I think it goes in his face. It's the only way that I could conceivably win. Yeah, I need to hit his face. Lay on Hands. Could be good. Unfortunately, since I hammered first, I can't play it now. I think I'm actually going to get killed thanks to the, maybe I should have hammered this Flame Tongue. Had I known I was going to get Lay on Hands, I would have hammered the Flame Tongue. That would have saved me 4 damage per turn, which is kind of a lot here when you look at it. It's actually going to take some time to clear out my recruits. That buys me a little bit of time, I suppose. And he's going to fill up his board, hopefully not with a Taunt Totem. It's a Taunt Totem. Are you friggin' kidding me? Can't catch a break. There's a Stormwind Champion. So let's Lay on Hands, draw 3 cards. Can I actually play that Sea Giant? Is that playable? No, it costs 3 mana. Oh my god. That hurts. So close, and yet so far. Sigh. 4, 7, 10, 14. He needs 5 more damage. He's going to actually kill out that Fire Elemental. Hit me for tons of damage. I'm actually dead next turn. So although I've got all these great cards, it's just too late. Alright folks, always go out in style. Always go out in style. Oh man. Well, if I just lose here, I'm not even gonna blame it on Paladins or my bad drafting or anything. I just seriously think I couldn't have won that game. I mean, I could have drafted whatever the card that wasn't Knife Juggler was, and I could have drafted some other different stuff. But I mean, he just had a weapon, and this deck loses badly if your opponent has a turn 2 Fiery War Axe or Stormforged Axe, which the Warrior did and the Shaman did. I wouldn't even be surprised if I went pretty high in this arena. I just feel like those 2 games were so bad. Such bad matchups for me. Of course, I could get unlucky and get one more bad matchup, and that's that. So it is kind of amusing. My last 5 runs with Paladin were 12, 1, 8, 9, and then I'm not going to say what the last one was, because that was the last Paladin video, which you seriously need to go watch. But it was a good one, I'll say. And as you can see, it's really a hit or miss. It's been 1 at the lowest point, and then like the next lowest point was 8. So that's kind of how it's been going for me. All right, well here we're playing against WYAT DERP. That is an amazing name! Oh my god, that is such a friggin' amazing name. And we have a really great draw here. Gonna start with a knife juggler, then we can protect it. Fling a knife, kill something maybe. Hopefully she doesn't have a frostbolt or an arcane missile. Oh, please don't. That would just be obnoxious. No! Oh, she's gonna silence it. Well, that's annoying. Because that does mean that this being silenced is kind of obnoxious. But we'll do this anyway, that's fine. So we're card advantage here. We killed one of her cards, and all she did was silence the thing. Granted, it's a pretty good thing to silence, considering I played this thing and I'm about to play 2 more minions, but... because this is 2 minions in 1. But still, card advantage so far. This is finally a good start. So this knife juggler was good for 2 cards. Killed an owl and killed Frostbolt. Alright, let's just keep it up here. And swing for 2. Got a little piglet. Alright, so we're 7 cards to my opponent's 5. Very, very, very strong start. More card advantages incoming with Hammer of Wrath. Potentially. It's unlikely that the Hammer of Wrath will kill something by itself, but apparently it will. Wow, alright. That is good. This is really the perfect situation for Hammer of Wrath. There are other plays I could make here, but I just can't fathom how anything would be better than this. I already have a board lead. I get card advantage from doing that. Life advantage, board advantage, card advantage. I mean, really, I'm just in a dominating position, and it's only the 5th turn. So my opponent, of course, being a mage, could always come back. Man, WYAT DERP, such a great name. But, it's not looking like it yet. Oh, she draws cards. That's amazing. So she's catching up a card. She's still cards down. She's got 6 cards to my 7, soon to be 8. And I get to drop a huge minion here. Just absolutely gigantic minion. She's below 20 health. Wow, this game, that couldn't be going any better. If she'd had Frostbolt a turn earlier for that knife juggler, it might have all been different. But since she played the owl instead, it was completely different here. Alright, is she going to fireball that thing? That's not even a big deal. It's like 2/3 of her mana. Now, I've got a couple of options here. I could play the ogre and just keep it simple, keep it safe. Or I could protect this guy from being fire blasted by playing the panda. I'm actually going to play the ogre, and the reason is that this is such a big threat here. If she spends 2/7 of her mana fire bursting that, this ogre's going to really put some hurt on. I mean, she's already going to be below 10 at that point. She has to deal with this ogre, I think. Got double hammer for 6 points of burn damage, potentially. That could be useful. And this can answer if she has a big minion of some sort. Like a war golem, say.
I wonder.
Didn't even need the loot hoarder yet. Well, that could come in handy later on. She is going to Fire Blast this, so nothing big from her. 5 mana at most. I can't imagine what it would be. Oh, Ice Lance. Who plays Ice Lance? Honestly. Whatever. Whatever, man. So she just goes another card down. Ice Lancing that ogre. That is no Probalo. So spell damage is a little bit disconcerting. Ah, Blessing of Kings. You've arrived just in time. So, do I kill this thing or do I just hit her for 6? I mean, it's like I've got 2 Boulder Fist Ogres here. Ah, man, let's just hit her for 6. I mean, I'm threatening to kill. I don't think I even need to play the Peacekeeper. Let's just play a Loot Hoarder. I feel really safe here. Even if she Flame Strikes, it only deals 5 damage to these guys. One of them is guaranteed to survive. Unless she also has an Arcane Missile back there. She has a Blizzard, which in some ways is better than Flame Strikes, in some ways worse. It's better in that my guys take less damage, but it's worse in that they can't attack. I would have actually rather had it been able to attack. It's annoying. And she's going to ping me up. So the issue here is that these guys are going to die to Flame Strike, so, and even if I Divine Shield them, she can ping off the Divine Shield and Flame Strike anyway. But the Struce of her Champion changes everything. I'm just going to hit her in the face. And then I'm going to Hammer of Wrath. So she's just dead next turn. No need to play that Wisp. She's just dead next turn to Hammer of Wrath, unless she gets a counterspell or life gain, or Ice Block, I suppose. But these things are also threatening to kill her, so she either deals with these or she deals with the Hammer. She really just can't win. Actually, life gain's not enough. I also have 4 damage here. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. It just stops the True Silver. Okay, so as far as she knows, she could technically survive, because I would need to hit her with my Ogre and the weapon to get past the Sunwalker. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because she Ice Lances again. That's 2 Ice Lances for my opponent. Probably a badly drafted deck, but then again, we are in the 1-2 bracket, so what can you expect? Hammer of Wrath, number 2, comes in for the kill, and that was another stomping. So these have all been pretty one-sided contests. Either I've been smashed or I've done the smashing. Well, I'm hoping that there are more bad decks out there than good decks, which should bode well for my chances, because the games that I've lost, there's just nothing I could do, but the games that I've won have been beatdowns, and that actually encourages me. Again, one bad draw or one bad matchup is all it takes to bow out early in this arena, but I really wouldn't be surprised if I made it up to like 6. Which is bold words, I know, for someone who's facing down 1 and 2, but that's what I'm going to say. We'll see if I'm right or not. Alright, Hunter. And Naji the Hunter. There are good things and bad things about being Hunter against a Paladin. The bad thing, of course, is that your recruits make Unleash the Hounds much better for him. The good thing, though, is that he can't kill your recruits, and his hero ability doesn't give him any board control, so you have the potential to get ahead. Like, actually, with this hand, even though it's pretty bad, I don't have any plays till turn 3, the fact that I get to put a recruit out is actually, you know, kind of okay on turn 2. And then I can peacekeep his minion on turn 3, and then maybe kill something on turn 4. You never know. Do kind of wish these were minions rather than hammers, but such is life. Alright, he's got nothing on turn 1, that's good. Don't mind making a recruit here. We've got a turn 4 play, although I might not be able to use it effectively if my recruits are dead. This is kind of awkward. Peacekeeping this down to 1 is actually kind of immaterial. Ah, Grizzly Faux Shizzly. That was a timely top deck. Happy to see that. Now, he could coin into multi-shot here and clear out my board, but remember, this isn't really a card. It was a recruit, so it's not a big deal. It looks like that is what he's going to do, unless he plays like just a Senjin or something or other. No, just a chill wind Yeti. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. So, I got a couple of options here. One is I can kill the Geomancer with my bear, play the Panda, put the bear back in my hand, let the bear trade with the Chillwind Yeti. Option number 2, I could Crazed Alchemist, make this a 5/4, and then trade my minions in for it. That doesn't seem that good at all. Option number 3, I could Peacekeep the Chillwind Yeti down to a 1/5. The problem is after I kill the Geomancer, the Peacecapped Yeti still actually ends up killing my bear. But then the Peacekeeper himself should finish the Yeti off. I can play a Fen Creeper. I think I'll actually be fine with that. So yeah, we'll do that. Good option now, better than the best option later. Use the Peacekeeper while it's good. Pass the turn. I did not play around Explosive Shot. The recruit should have been kept in the middle to minimize Explosive Shot's effectiveness. Because now Explosive Shot right here will kill both of my bigger minions, whereas if I'd kept the recruit in the middle. Anyway, it doesn't matter because he kills the bear, and he didn't have the coin anymore. Ah, well, it's got a secret. Luckily, it doesn't have anything else. So what is the best secret? I actually don't know what the best secret is. Huh? Well, let's check for an Explosive Trap. It is Explosive Trap. Well, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense, because what it does is it means that the Peacekeeper dies after dealing with the Yeti. That makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Fen Creeper. I'm just going to swing by the Yeti. This is not a Paladin that we're facing here. I'll leave this 1/2 alive against my 3/6. Deadly Shot's not effective. Hounds is not effective. Multi-Shot is not effective. So a lot of the Hunter removal is just not effective right now. And I like that. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. You do gotta be kidding me. Oh, this is awesome. Crazed Alchemist. What did I say about this card, people? What did I say about that card? What did I say? Look at that, Crazed Alchemist. Okay, so now do I want to kill off the Yeti? I think so. I think now I do want to clear it off. Let's take one of my minions off to make Unleash the Hounds a little bit less effective. Although, it's still pretty good here for 2 mana. He gets to kill my Fen Creeper and a Recruit. And if he has a Buzzard, he also gets to draw 4 cards. But at least it's not 5 cards, and at least it's not like an extra thing. So does he have the Hounds Buzzard combo? That's pretty much what he needs to get back in this game. Otherwise, this is a pretty overwhelming situation. Actually, no, I'm lying. A second explosive trap would also be great. It would clear out my board. It's going to silence this. What does that do? Oh, it makes it back into a 3/6. But it also gets rid of the taunt. So I guess that's actually really great for me. I'm very pleased with that turn. Now I can Hammer of Wrath. Storm Champion seems pretty good. Note that I'm using the Crazed Alchemist, not the Argent Protector. That's significant because the Argent Protector might still get pandaed and reused for his ability. Okay, I've got 6 points of burn damage here. If I can deal 10 damage to him, it's GG next turn. Yeah, he had one moment where he needed Buzzard plus Hounds, and he just didn't have it. But this is really just nothing. Flare, he's going to cycle a card. Well, he should have done that first, because it's possible that he would have drawn into a Taunter. He's going to Steady Shot. Okay, well, that's the game then. Woo! I actually had only 15 damage, but I guess he figured I could put another damage out, and he was correct in his figuring. Wow. What a game. So yeah, that was another beatdown. Both losses were pretty much unavoidable. All 3 wins were complete and utter beatdowns. I feel like I could go pretty far if I don't get, you know, pretty unlucky. So I've got 2 weeks to go until I am officially part-time at my job. It's very exciting. Then you can expect more regular, that's probably not a correct phrase construction, but you can expect videos to appear on my channel with more regularity, shall we say.
I will fight with honor.
And also I'll be streaming more often. The exact schedule remains to be determined, but that is what you can look forward to. Okay, I will probably coin out this Murloc Tidehunter as a way of encouraging him to spend his second turn shapeshifting. I think the time is worth it. He's got a Leper Gnome. Well, that's actually still good, so the Scout will actually kill the Leper Gnome. Now, another option would be to Crazed Alchemist this into a 1/2. But I'm actually going to do the Tidehunter first, and the reason for that is this thing all dies to swipe later. So I'd rather get it out and have it be useful early in the game. And right now this is useful. It's eating up his entire second turn shapeshifting to kill this guy, and it's killing the Loot Horde, or the Leper Gnome. So I feel like that's really worth it. And indeed, that's what he's going to do. What? Why did he hit that one? Oh, that makes sense. I guess if he's figuring it's going to trade anyway, he saved a point of damage. That's risky, though. I could have, well, I don't know. I think that was probably the wrong play. He saved a point of damage, but he's, like, gonna take the damage anyway, because he's now gonna have to shapeshift to kill this, probably. Unless he has a better play. And if he doesn't shapeshift to kill this, I've got a 2-power creature instead of a 1-power creature, so he actually made a slight misstep there. Not insignificant, I would say. The problem is my Peacekeeper is unplayable, and the Alchemist is kind of a waste. Loot Hoarder, that's perfect. Exactly. Well, it's not perfect. Perfect would have been the Iron for a Grizzly, but this is good because it draws a card if it dies, so I don't care if it gets shapeshifted, and it just buys me time so I can play the Truce over on turn 4. He can swipe this, but I really don't care. Okay. So, Senjin. Oh, man. Crazed Alchemist doesn't quite work. I can make this a 5/3, but then I still have to throw both my minions away to kill it. I can just play a 5/4 and hope I can trade with it next turn. I don't like that. Let's actually run the Loot Hoarder in and just use Truth Server Champion here. So I don't lose a card, because the Loot Hoarder replaced itself, and because the weapon has 1 more charge, so I'm still getting my card advantage. Well, taking stock, he's got 6 cards to my 6, but I also have a weapon. I'm about to draw my 7th card, so I'd say that I'm ahead pretty nicely here. Could still go either way, though. Druids do have strong stuff, and especially in the endgame. Alright, there's a Fen Creeper. Well, I think I'm going to do the Crazed Alchemist here. So we're going to Crazed Alchemist, and then I'm going to Peacekeep to save some damage and put a 3/3 on the board. And kill that. Now there is a bit of a risk with the Peacekeeper. There might be something he plays later that I wish I had the Peacekeeper for, but I've got this Panda here, so if the Peacekeeper doesn't die, I should be alright. And again, a good option now, better than the best option later. I saved myself 5 damage by doing that. I think that's worth it. Swipe does not clear my board. Swipe can kill 2 out of 3 of my minions, though. It's going to Starfall. Well, it doesn't clear my board, but it threatens to next turn with Shapeshift. Unless, of course, he has Moonfire here. He doesn't. Okay, what I want to do then, since he did that, is I'm going to protect my Peacekeeper. Now, I can either Panda it back in my hand, or I can play a Fen Creeper to taunt. Let's try the Fen Creeper. It's a bit riskier, but it does survive a swipe, which is important. And then next turn I can Panda and Peacekeep in the same turn for 7 mana, and potentially Peacekeep one of his minions. I feel like that's valuable to have as an opportunity. He's going to play a Yeti. Okay. And a Fairy Dragon. Alright, wonderful. Wisp. Okay. Well, let's do this then. I'm going to swing for 3. Always attack before you Panda. Put it back into my hand. Now, do I actually want to play it right now? I could also play the Razorfen Hunter here. I think actually this is worth doing, though, because if I Peacekeep the Yeti, my Fairy Dragon has a much higher chance of surviving. Sorry, my Fen Creeper has a much higher chance of surviving. His Fairy Dragon is good and dead. Alright, well, we're getting lots of damage through. Don't underestimate, by the way, this Panda, in addition to doing tricks with the Peacekeeper, is hitting for 5 damage per turn, so my opponent has to respect this a lot. Is he going to play an Ironbark here? I'd have to Hammer of Wrath and trade in my Panda to kill an Ironbark, which is actually alright. I wouldn't even be that opposed to doing that. I would still have 4 mana left with which to play a Hunter and still continue building up pressure while getting some more damage on his face. So actually, I could deal with an Ironbark alright. It wouldn't be a big deal. He's going to Druid of the Claw. He's going to charge with it. Ah, interesting. I presume he had a reason for doing that. Something with his 3 mana to make that worthwhile. Otherwise, I'm not sure that was the right move. Makes me wish I'd played Wisp, so I could kill this off, but probably the Wisp would have died. He's going to run in with the Yeti, Shapeshift. No, he didn't have anything in particular. He just really wanted to kill my Fen Creeper, I guess. I don't know if that was the correct play or not. I could Panda again. Alright, we'll do that. Actually, wait, can I kill him? Hang on. 8 plus 3 is 11. No, I can't kill him. Alright, we're going to do that. Panda again. This is important because it preserves my other Panda's life. As I mentioned, that Panda is a pretty big dude. I will just hit him for 5. That's a lot of damage at this point and play that thing. Swipe! Well, if he swipes this, he can Shapeshift this, and then 2 of my minions survive. Still would rather not see a swipe here, but he seems not to have one. I think he would have played it already if he did. He's going to draw a card. Very good news. That means after swiping, if he does swipe, he cannot Shapeshift. So that means more of my stuff survives. Actually, no, same amount of stuff survives, doesn't it? He's going to Claw to kill probably my 3/3 here after Shapeshifting. Or he could also kill this and still have 4 mana to play. It's up to him, I guess, what's better. Yeah, apparently he wants to use his 4 mana, so what does he have for 4 mana? Sen'jin might be good. Yeti's not great, because I could still get lots of damage through. Yeah, speaking of not great, this is, 10 damage, so actually I win the game. Don't get too excited about Leia in hands here. We Hammer of Wrath for the kill. Man, that Hammer of Wrath has been used a lot to deliver the burn damage, hasn't it? Had a Sea Giant here for good measure. That was another beatdown. Yep, all 4 wins. Complete beatdowns. Wrecking Ball Powerhouse. Light Justice. Not really a card I use much in Constructed. Alright, 4th win, and we're up to the 7th game. The game is not crashed, so we'll just wait for the queue while it's being real slow. That was my waiting for the next game song. Pretty fast games too. None of them I don't think, neither the losses nor the wins were particularly drawn out. Shaman, Stud Muffin the Shaman. I feel like I've played this person before. I think he's pretty good. As long as he doesn't have a turn 2 Stormforged Axe. Well, okay, not as long as, but, I would appreciate it if he didn't have a turn 2 Stormforged Axe. Yeah, not the greatest hand. I again have these guys, but they're not necessarily immediately useful. Luckily, if I make a recruit... Man, this is like deja vu. So I can get Light's Justice on turn 1. Is he going to have the Ooze with the coin to kill it? That would just be great. That would just be phenomenal. No, he has nothing. Awesome. So I'll make a recruit. Don't really see the need to waste this guy's ability. I feel like extra +1/+1 is not worth losing the Divine Shield, especially since the recruit plus the weapon will kill off a totem that he might play. And indeed, that is what shall happen. Unfortunately, I don't have a use for the Peacekeeper here. So what we'll do here, I guess, is take the opportunity to play Young Priestess. And if I play this guy, I open her up to Earthshock. If I play a recruit, I'm more vulnerable to Forked Lightning. That's fine, though. If he Forked Lightnings, I'm okay with it, honestly. It'll kill 2 of my minions, but he'll be overloaded on turn 4, which is a turn where you want to play good stuff. I would still rather he didn't have Forked Lightning, of course. And it appears that he doesn't. It appears he's playing like a Senjin or something. No, a Yeti. Well, I'm pretty happy about that. That means I can attack past it without worrying. Oh, choose liver champion. That's awkward. Okay, so how do we deal with this Yeti? I could Peacekeep it. It can still kill off my Priestess and my recruits, unfortunately. I could Divine Shield on the Priestess. Hit it for 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to throw away 2 of my recruits just to kill it. Could play Defender of Argus on the Priestess and the recruit. Then I could throw the Priestess and the recruit into it. You know, I wish the Priestess weren't in the middle. If the 2 recruits were next to each other, I could have used them and the weapon to kill the Yeti. That would have been a whole lot better, instead of having to use the Priestess. 2, 3, 4, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. We'll take a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to put the Divine Shield on the Priestess and just make a recruit. And then we're going to swing for 2. So if he has a Lightning Storm, I am going to get blown out here, unfortunately. But if he doesn't have a Lightning Storm, which is a rare card, so he might not have it, I'm actually in really great shape just with the swarm of minions that a Shaman is otherwise not able to kill. So does he have Lightning Storm? I'm kind of putting all my eggs in one Lightning Storm basket here. And actually, I should really have swung at his face with Light's Justice, because I'm, at this rate, pretty likely to end up blowing over it with True Silver Champion. Gotta remember to start using this thing on his face. Does he have a Lightning Storm? That would clear my board. He has a Forked Lightning, not quite as good. Gets the Divine Shield and the Recruits, so that's pretty good for him. He gets to kill off the Young Priestess, stop the health buff train. And he's got a Wolf Rider, which will kill my 2/2. Fair enough. Hammer of Wrath, I think that's pretty good. Gives me a little bit of card advantage. And I'm going to start swinging at his face. Unfortunately, not the best use of that weapon, because I have this True Silver Champion I might want to use at some point. This game's not going swimmingly, but at the same time, because he didn't have Lightning Storm, he's got 6 cards to my 7. I'm getting extra cards, essentially, out of these recruits. One of them is almost like a real creature. And they're about to become real minions after I Defender of Argus. Alright, Panther. Well, I think with the Panther, it's a very clear-cut call here. We're going to Defender of Argus on my recruits, because he doesn't really want to use the Panther to die against a recruit, but he's going to have to unless he has other removal. He could Fire Elemental to clear out one, but the other one would still be keeping this Panther at bay. Now, I've got this Lay on Hands coming up. The life gain is going to be more or less wasted, but I will get to draw 3 cards, which is pretty slick. It's going to be like a Nourish for 3 extra mana. It's not great, but since I am ahead, it's not a big deal. He's going to trade the Panther for the Recruit, no problem. I've got 5 damage on the board here, so he's starting to get a little low. Got, 1 plus 8 is 9 damage, plus 3 is 12 damage. I've got 12 damage represented in my cards. He's got to be a little bit careful. Alright. Well, what I think I'm going to do here is think. I kind of want to clear his board, but I also kind of want to race him. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? Let's go for the race. I think with the second Hammer of Wrath here, I feel like my odds are really good of being able to win racing. So I'll just swing it all at his face. And we'll play a P3/3 here to make this guy have a little bit of a harder time against my stuff. So I've got a lot of damage on the ground. I've got 8 damage here, plus 2 of these. It's another 6. So I've got a lot of damage. This by itself wins if he doesn't flip a taunt totem, and I've got a few minions that can help clear taunt totems out. So he could drop a big taunt like Earth Elemental. That would negate this damage. I still have 6 damage here. Fighting through an Earth Elemental would have actually been pretty hard. So yeah, this is pretty lucky that he didn't have like a giant taunter of some sort. Lava Burst, not really going to do it. So I've got 5 damage here. I actually win with Double Hammer of Wrath right now. Don't even need the True Silver Champion. I mean, I could use it, but seems simpler. Lots of burning in this arena for some reason. Alright, I think I said well played, right? So anyway, Stud Muffin goes down. That was another easy win, I'd say. I did make a conscious decision to play right into Lightning Storm, but you know, that's the thing about Shamans. It's a rare card, you might not get it. If you don't have it, it's hard. So I was at 1-2, now I'm at 5-2. This is a pretty respectable run. I think if I lost here, I'd be okay with it. Especially because Paladin used to be my worst class. So if, you know, I get a 5-win run, it's not the end of the world. Especially after getting 2 early losses against just utterly impossible matchups. Paladin's no longer my worst class. My average number of wins with Paladin is now 6.1, which is better than 6.0 as I have for Druid, and 5.6 as I have for Warlock. Another Hunter. Well, the first Hunter never played Unleash the Hound, so that was great. Now, normally I'd keep True Silver Champion. Here we really got to think about it. I think I'm going to mulligan it, although it is great. I think I want to increase my odds of getting playable drops, and the mulligan pays off. We get a Panther here, which is nice. Zevimo. Man, that Peacekeeper, there's only 1 in the deck, or is there 2? I should check if there's 1 or 2, but this guy shows up a lot. I know there are 2 of these, for sure. Please pass the turn, good sir. Please? Please? Don't use your coin to play a card. That is what I wish. Very hard. You should just click the enter button, or I will hit you with a slab of mutton. No, don't wiggle stuff. Just pass it. That was nerve-wracking. Okay, well, that answers that question. I do, in fact, have 2 Aldor Peacekeepers in this deck. And again, I feel like this ability is not... is valuable enough that putting an extra power and toughness on the board is just not worth it. Oh my gosh, this guy really likes to ponder his options here. He's just like, I'm gonna wiggle my card here, and then steady shot anyway. Alright, I could put Divine Shield on this, but why do that? Let's just spend all of my mana to play this Panther. A little bit vulnerable now to an explosive trap, but at the very least, if he does lay a trap, I can just Divine Shield the Panther. This guy will die and the recruit will die, but at least my hard-hitting dude will survive. Actually, maybe I could just put... No, if he plays explosive trap, no, I'll just Blessing of Kings this Panther and hit him for 8. Make him deal with it. Deadly Shot or Bust. Wow, is he... Whoa, this is really slow. Remember, he has the coin. He's the second player, so he really should have had something by now. Interesting. Well, I'm going to put Blessing of Kings on my 1-1. I don't want to put too many eggs in one basket. And, you know, we'll hit him for 9. No big deal. He's, like, dead in a couple of turns. He'd better do something here, or else he's really screwed. If he drops, like, a Fen Creeper off of a coin, that'll be a little bit difficult to deal with, because I'd have to hit him. Actually, no, I'd hit him with this. Light's Justice, no Probalo. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Because he's, I mean, with a coin, to do nothing for the first 3 turns is really, really unlikely. I don't know what he's holding on to. Did he have, like, an Arcane Shot that he didn't want to use on this? Or, like, a multi... No, he would have used multi-shot with the coin, I think. No, maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he didn't want a multi-shot, because he didn't think it was worth it to kill a recruit. I don't know what he has. Maybe he's got Unleash the Hounds here. Who knows? Buzzards. There's plenty of cards you could have that just don't make any sense to play, but not many. Oh, sorry, I said there's plenty, but not many. There's plenty, but it seems weird nonetheless, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so he finally does that. I can't tell if that's Explosive Trap or Freezing Trap. They're both really good. But I'm going to have mana left over, so what I'm actually going to do is play Light's Justice. Divine Shield this to check for, or in case of Explosive Trap. And it is a Snipe, which is perfect. Wow, that was like the worst secret he could have possibly had, actually. And we're going to swing for 9 damage again. Let's make it 10. And make a recruit here for good measure. Wow, so all he did was lay a secret and steady shot. What is his hand? Did he have just like a bunch of endgame drops? This guy could like play a mountain giant here. Oh gosh. Well, anyway, we're threatening the kill here. He needs an answer right now. Even if he has an answer, I'm still probably gonna win just because I'm so advantaged. Okay, so the hounds. Well, does he have a Timberwolf to help kill this panther off? Does he have a multi-shot or something? What is he doing? He should have killed the panther, not the recruit. Oh, jeez. He seems to realize that he made a terrible mistake. Yeah, he could have killed this panther and left my 1/1 alive. And then I would have had 5, 6, plus 4 is 10 damage. I still could have killed him. Wow, he drops a leper gnome. Man, this guy must have gotten like the worst draw of all time or something. Well, the good news is that with this Crucifer champion, I had the kill regardless, but since he messed up, we'll just kill him this way. I don't even know what happened. I think I could have drafted literally any cards I wanted. I could have like just gone straight down the middle, and I would have beaten that guy. How am I playing him at 5 and 2? No, I think he had a bad draw. With Leper Gnome, he clearly had some early plays. He just had a bad draw. So anyway, 6 and 2. I said after going like 2 and 2 or 1 and 2 that I wouldn't be surprised if I made it to 6. And for once, I actually evaluated the strength of my deck correctly. So this is going to be the last game of this video. If I lose, the round will end. If I win, we'll pause there because I do need to get to my next class and teach. And then we'll show the rest of the games in an upcoming video, which, well, it might be a little bit anticlimactic if I lose the game at 7. So I guess for, you know, video number purposes, it almost is better if I lose here, but I obviously would rather not. I'd rather win and get 150 gold. Hey, up against another Paladin. Mr. Russia. I am Russian. I appreciate Mr. Russia. We'll say well met here. Alright, against a Paladin, I'm actually going to keep that Wisp. I think it's useful because it clears a recruit out, and I value that a lot. You've seen me play like an abusive Sergeant on turn 1 and then kill a Paladin's recruit. I feel like that's really worth it. Also, Paladins just don't have that much early game removal. Pretty much Light's Justice is all that he could have, and I don't really see that too much. So I'm willing to risk it. Who plays Elven Archer? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't believe it. Wow. Wow! Elven Archer on the Wisp. That is amazing. That is just amazing. I cannot believe that happened. Oh my friggin' god. That... Alright, well, oh my gosh. So he still has the coin. He could now coin out a Hammer of Wrath or True Silver Champion, and then my Wisp, which would have killed this recruit, got killed by an Elven Archer. Motherfucker. Honest to God, Jesus. He has True Silver Champion. Shit. Everything I have dies to except for this Panther. So I'm going to keep this Panther. The Panther is the play to make because at least that way I can potentially trade against one of his minions or something next turn. Oh my god. Well, whatever. If I lose this game, it's just, that's it. That Wisp could have been a Stormwind champion, then I would have mulliganed it, then none of that would have happened. That's a pretty good answer to the Panther, because this guy will die to the Razorfin Hunter, and then the 1/1 remains. Okay, well, let's play Knife Juggler here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill this, and let's actually Panda back the Panther and see if we get a lucky knife fling there. Nope, we did not. So he can clear my board out, leave himself with a recruit, and then I just have stuff, but I'm in trouble. Oh, he's going to actually consecrate. He's going to keep this weapon around. Man, that's one of the most annoying things, actually, is when someone will not use their weapon. Good play, though. That's what you got to do. Alright, well, let me bust down my own True Silver Champion, then. That's a good draw. And make a recruit that I hope will trade with his recruiter, though. He can, of course, Blessing of Kings and other sorts of shenanigans. So he's got 6 cards. We each have a recruit, each have a True Silver Champion. He's got 6 cards. I'm about to have 5. I'm the first player, so he's ahead a little bit. I should be drawing equal, not drawing behind. Raging Worgen, interesting. He just sends it out to die, which is totally fair. And he will kill my recruit. Alrighty. Well, let us do the following. Can I kill all of his minions? I could. I could choose over champion to kill that recruit. That feels wrong somehow. Ah, man. You know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to leave the recruit alive. It feels wrong to hit it with the True Silver Champion. But let's replay the Panther now. So do the same thing I did before. This Panther's being very good here. I can potentially trade up, and it doesn't die to True Silver Champion. So I could potentially get some use out of this Panther. Makes another recruit. That's fine. Frostwolf Warlord, that is a little bit less fine. But I can kill it. So it's alright. I think. Another panda. Alright, let's put the Divine Shield here. Kill that thing. True Silver Champion to kill that. And here we've got some options. So I could panda the Divine Shield guy and then put the Divine Shield on the panda. The problem is you can still kill the panda by sacrificing a recruit and then using True Silver Champion. I'd actually rather just play the Smith in that case. I could also play the panda, keep him in my hand, and make a recruit. That's interesting. Then this panda dies to True Silver Champion. No, let's just do this. Let's really put some pressure on him. He either has to throw away both recruits and the True Silver Champion to kill this, or he has to let this live. So I feel like that's a good choice. I mean, he could, of course, have Blessing of Kings or some other way of dealing with the Spiteful Smith, but other than that, it's a little bit tricky for a Paladin to kill this thing off when all he's got is 2 recruits on the board. I've got Peacekeepers to deal with his big stuff. I can panda one of them even, so I have 3 peacekeeping operations I can employ here. South Sea Deccan is an incredibly good card here because it charges thanks to his having a weapon. And he can get to kill my... He can get to clear my board out, actually. Equality actually was an answer I had not thought of. But he gets to keep the True Silver Champion again. Oh, that's so maddening. He's going to hit me in the face. Well, that means he must have another one. I don't think he'd play it if he didn't have another one. Mind control attack? Alright. Oh, this is bad. So I can't clear his board. I'm at 14 health. I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, let's actually put this back into my hand. So I got a 1-1 here. And a 5-4. Hopefully I can start to catch up a little bit. He had another True Silver Champion, I guessed correctly. He is a Spiteful Smith. Well, he's just turning the tables around on me here. And he gets to kill my panda. Fuck. That's so obnoxious. I can't clear his board out. And he's going to get to enrage this next turn and swing for 6. Ah, Hammer of Wrath. Well, I could kill this if I threw everything away. I'm going to have to do that, unfortunately. It's just too good to leave alone. Lay on Hands. That actually could get me back in this. It could, because it heals me up a lot, and then it gets me equal on cards with him, so it really just depends on his turn. If he puts, like, a really big minion down or something, I'm screwed. But if he has a pretty mediocre turn like the last one was, I might actually catch back up. That's mediocre. Can he kill me? 3, 7, 8, 9? Can't kill me yet. He needs 4 more damage, but he could have it, potentially. Ah, crap. He's got it. He wouldn't do that if he didn't have 4 damage. Like an Argent Commander, maybe? Crap. Man, the funny thing is I was actually going to heal up and survive. But he had the final damage. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's just another True Silver Champion. He's trying to kill me next turn. Little does he know, Lay on Hands. I can clear his board. Oh, my gosh. I might be able to catch back up from this. It's, you know, we're not out of the woods yet. But it could still happen. I can heal up more with True Silver Champion. Alright, so what we do here is this kills that. How do we do these trades? I think it doesn't actually matter, but we do need to obviously clear out all of his minions. I could still win this. I mean, he's only got 2 cards here. I can heal up a little bit. If he hits me with the True Silver, I'll wield my True Silver and hit him. And actually, I can also play Fen Creeper to block his True Silver attacks. Let's see what he wants to do. He's got a panda. He is not going for the face. He's going back for board control. That's good news for me. That means that he's not trying to burn me out. So 12 health should be plenty. Oh, this is good. This is real good. Alright. Let's keep it simple, keep it safe. We're going to play a Fen Creeper. And I don't want to True Silver and hit that. That seems a little bit risky. Actually, well, I could do that. I'd lose 3 health, go down to 9 with a Fen Creeper in play and him having only 2 cards. You know what, I'm gonna do this. Killing this thing was otherwise pretty awkward. I would have had to use like all of my mana and Blessing of Kings. That didn't seem worth it. So let's just hit him in the face. Okay, so I'm protecting myself with the Fen Creeper. I can make this super big. If he doesn't have a silence, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. I might actually beat Mr. Rusher here. Lay on Hands was shockingly clutch. Alright, is he just going to kill my Fen Creeper? Is that all he has to say for himself? Looks like it. Alright, this is good. This is good. Hammer of Wrath. Man, I couldn't have asked for a better card. Let's just do that. Get another card. Blessing of Kings. Kill that guy. Hit him in the face. Heal some. Make a recruit. Oh, happy days. This is looking real good. So I've got my end game here. I've got a 7/4 ready to deal with anything he might play. Just about anything. And like a Tyrion Fordring would like win him the game because the weapon would let him hit me in a few swings. But I mean, other than Tyrion Fordring, I'm really good. This doesn't matter. I can kill that. No problem. Oh no! Oh no! That was a pretty good card. All of a sudden, things are scary again. So he's got 8 damage here. I can't kill his stuff. I hate to play Stormwind Champion, but I at least need to kill that thing. I at least have to kill that. I really can't afford to take that damage. And I wasn't going to Light's Justice it either. Couldn't play the Sea Giant, unfortunately. Not enough mana. There were not 7 minions on the board. But I might be able to play him next turn. We'll see what he wants to do here. With a good enough top deck, he might be able to kill me. 6 damage I don't think a Paladin can do, but 4 damage is apparently doable. Oh my gosh. Well, that was a really good top deck. He actually chooses to kill the Stormwind Champion, which is a reasonable choice. 4 damage is above my minions, so he can now threaten to start whooping on me. Very fair move, and in fact, he's going to get away with murder here. Ah, crap. That Blessing of Kings was a remarkable top deck. So now I can deal with this 9/4 thanks to the Sea Giant, but he can get me down to 2 health, so a Hammer of Wrath wins him the game, or really any sort of charged creature at this point. Damn it! Oh my gosh, I was so close. I really thought I had it. But then he had it. Okie doke. Okie doke. Alright, let's be intelligent about this. I think the way we do it is as follows. Let's put that on there. I'm going to keep my Sea Giant around. I will get rid of a couple of 1/1s. And the 2/3. Gotta get rid of that. I really wish I had a Taunter. It is a great shame that I don't. Any Hammer of Wrath or charged creature wins him the game. But if he doesn't have it here, this is 14, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage on the nose. I have on the nose damage. He needs taunt, life gain, or removal. What is this card? It is Blessing of Might. That is not a good top deck. We're going to steal the win, folks. Oh my gosh. Blessing of Might last turn would have actually let him win. If he'd had it. Oh my god. I can't believe that we got the kill. Whew. Alright, good game. So, like I said, I'm going to have to go teach a class now. So, the remainder of this arena run will be shown in an upcoming video. I hope I don't lose the next game, or else it'll be a very short video. But we made it from 1-2 to 7-2. I correctly estimated the value and the quality of this deck. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again with the rest of the game soon. Till then.